Katie, what's your name?
My name is Casey.
It's nice to meet you, Casey.
Nice to meet you too.
Good. How are you doing today?
Today's been an okay day. It was a little rough at work, but I've had worse day, so that's alright.
That's good. Tell me about your work.
Well, I work at Zion's Bake in the HR department.
Okay.
So I just work with a lot of different people, helping them with their benefits.
And do you like it, or?
I really don't like it very much. There's good days there, obviously, and then my coworkers are pretty nice and helpful, but it doesn't give me the money I need, so I'm trying to find a new career so that way I can help with some finances.
Okay, and is money the main reason why you don't like it?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I just really don't like working with, people that closely a lot.
Okay, so you're just getting sick of it.
Yeah.
How long have you been there?
Probably only about 6 months, so not very long.
And where were you at before that?
Well, I was at school, so I just recently graduated.
Where did you graduate from?
Utah State.
What did you graduate with?
I had a communications degree.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting to learn all of the different stuff. And easy.
And you like working in HR? You still want to continue HR?
It's a good question. I'm not quite sure. I think I want to change directions altogether a little bit, so.
Like go back to school or different directions with communications?
Probably different direction with communications since I have no money. I don't think I can afford going to school again.
School is very expensive. I don't blame you. So tell me about yourself.
Well, I am 24, and like I said, I just graduated from college recently. I just moved in with my partner recently as well, so a lot of changes all at once. I just enjoy sitting at home a lot, and I like to go out and on the weekends and with other people and, just go to the bars and stuff and then get a couple drinks and then have fun with that.
So tell me about your relationship.
Her name is Angie, and she is also 24. And like I told you that we just barely moved in together, but we've been dating for 3 years, so it's been quite a while. So we thought it was about time to move in, even though we're still pretty young. We've been getting in a lot of arguments lately, which has put a strain on our relationship. So that's been kind of hard. It's been really hard lately actually dealing with that. It makes me really anxious, and that something might be going on. That we might end our relationship.
That has to be hard. So how do you deal with that?
It's probably why I go out on the weekends to drink. I think that helps me clear my mind and just get ready for, the next day.
Yeah.
Just can relax a little bit and enjoy some time with some friends. So.
And does Angie go out with you guys, or is it just you and your friends?
She comes out occasionally, not as frequently as I go out with them, and she doesn't get as many drinks as I do either, so she's more there. So she's knowing what's going on. So.
How often do you feel like you go out?
Let's see, probably about 2 to 3 times a week.
And do you feel like maybe it is hard to be with her and balance your time with your friends?
Well, before maybe, but recently we've been going out with some newer friends we've met that are a little bit older than us, so that might be why I've been drinking more as well, because they're older, but so lately we've been going out with some friends that we just met as well.
And what kind of problems do you think are going on in your relationship? What's straining it?
Well, from what Angie says, it's that I get a little crazy when I am drinking, apparently. I wouldn't know, but why are you laughing? But that's what she says. I just can't control myself when I'm drinking, so.
And you don't feel like you get out of control at all?
It doesn't seem like I do, but I guess I do. But I don't. It's just social drinking. It's not like I'm going out to get drunk and intoxicated, so.
Yeah. And Do you feel like it's increased since you met Angie, or have you always been drinking socially and being drunk?
Well, it's been going on for quite a while, because probably the last 11 years I've been drinking on and off. When I was 13, I hung out with some of my older cousins who were drinking, and some of my friends as I was growing up, were drinking. So I probably started drinking when I was around 13, quite a bit. I would get intoxicated when I was about that age, so it's been going on for a long time.
And do you feel like it's gone worse or just about the same?
Well, like in high school, I stopped drinking for a little bit because it was just harder to get alcohol because I wasn't hanging out with my cousins as much, and the friends I had that didn't drink as much either, so it was just harder to get it. So I stopped drinking then, and then I started drinking again after a little bit, and then in college I was just so poor. Drinking was really expensive, so I had to stop for a little bit.
I don't blame you. And you're just drinking for fun?
Yeah, mostly just for the social part of it, I think.
Yeah. So, have you wanted to quit drinking for Angie at all?
I've never thought about it like that before. Because I just really enjoy it, and she comes out sometimes and drinks too.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, she did say that does start a lot of our arguments. So I mean, I want to stay with her, so I probably would like to stop.
And you feel like it would probably destroy your relationship if you did keep drinking?
Yeah, she doesn't like how I act at all. Apparently, I'm just a real bee.
So, do you feel like if you didn't drink as much that you maybe wouldn't act out that much, and it would probably make your relationship a little bit stronger because you weren't acting differently?
Probably, but I feel like drinking just really helps a lot with the rest of the week, and I mean, it's hard these days to be the different things and be what people want me to be, so it's just been weighing on me a lot.
So do you feel like you maybe drink just to suppress some of those feelings and those emotions that you're experiencing?
I never thought of it that way. I thought I was just doing it just to be a social, just when I was out with friends and stuff, but now that I think about it, I think that I do it because it's just hard. Life is hard, and when I drink, it makes it easier.
What's going on in life that makes it so hard?
Well, like I said, Angie, she just doesn't like how I act. We fight a lot, and my job isn't going very well, and I'm trying to find a new job, and I'm just really poor. Just doesn't seem like anything's going right, and nobody's around to help.
So you don't feel like you have a support system at all?
No, I mean, my family is there sometimes, and my coworkers are pretty nice, but I don't think any of them quite understand what's going on or how it is, so.
So do you feel like your life, there's more, do you feel like if you got a new job, do you feel like you would be able to change some of those feelings and maybe you would enjoy life a little bit more?
Well, having a new job would help with the financial part, because, I mean, being poor doesn't help anything. And just moving into a new place and stuff, didn't apparently realize how expensive it was going to be, so the job would help with that. But, I mean, I think I would solve those other problems with Angie. The job's not going to help that situation. I mean, maybe she'll like it that I make more money. I don't know.
Yeah, that's hard. The only thing with Angie is the drinking. And you feel like that would maybe change the whole relationship?
Yeah, I feel like our relationship before, I mean, just like any other relationship, we fought sometimes, but we had really good days. But recently, I've been drinking a lot more again, and so we've been fighting a lot more, and it's just made me very anxious and, I don't know, depressed a little bit, so I just keep going back to the drinking because that's when I feel the least depressed.
And do you feel like drinking is the only way to cope with your maybe depression that you have?
That's the only way I know how to cope with my depression. I've always gone to drinking when I've had a bad experience or a bad time, so I think it's the only thing I know how to do. I don't have anything else to help me but that. It's always there for me.
So do you feel like what's gone on in your life to make you feel like you needed to drink in order to help you cope with those feelings?
Well, like I said, it started really young when I was 13. So ever since I was young, if anything happened, I would just go straight to drinking. But then I stopped for a while and thought I was doing better, and so I thought I was okay. Then I came out to my family in my senior year of high school, and they didn't take it very well. So I started to drink again to cope with that, and it helped, and it made it a little bit easier. And then I stopped again after that, after life seemed a little bit easier to deal with.
And tell me about your family. Are you close with them? Do you talk to them often?
Our relationship is a little rocky. I mean, when I was at seniors, they kind of shut me out of their life because they couldn't handle me coming out to them. So that was really hard, and I moved out pretty shortly after that to go to college, and that's why I went to Utah State because it was kind of a little bit further away so I could get out and not be around them. But I think lately they have they warmed up to the idea, and they are there a little bit more than they were when I was in high school, but I think they're still getting used to the lifestyle I'm living. They're not used to any of that stuff.
It's different than the lifestyle they're living.
Yeah, it's a lot different. So,
have they met Angie?
Yeah, they've met her a couple of times.
And how is their relationship? Do they get along, or is it just a little bit awkward for both sides?
Well, it's a little bit awkward, mostly just because everything is awkward, but they kind of are warming up to her a little bit, so I think it is getting a little bit easier. I mean, they're the only ones besides my coworkers that know that we're together and that we're out, so I think they realize that, and they've been warming up to the idea a lot more, and they really do like Angie. They think she's a good person and helps me out a lot, so.
That's good. And did the relationship just grow after a couple years then from coming out?
My relationship with my family, or
the relationship Angie? With your family and
Angie? Yeah, it did. I mean, it's obviously wasn't very good at the beginning, and when I first met Angie, we were at college, so they didn't really get to meet her or see her very often then either, so it's been more of a recent thing with us because we were away from college, so it's been more of a recent thing, so it's still, I think, gonna take a while for them to get used to it.
Do you feel like you would be able to go to your family when you needed support?
I don't think they would be the first people I went to. I don't know if they would enjoy that or like that I drink as much as I do and that I'm a lesbian, so I probably wouldn't go to them. I mean, our relationship is okay, but it's not as strong as other families that I see, so.
And do you feel like that has hurt you a little bit, not being so close to your family and them not supporting you as much as you wish they would?
I think it has hurt a lot. I think that's why I look back at my life that I've gone back to drinking a lot, because when I was in high school, I went back to drinking when they kind of shut me out and didn't like my life choices, and so it seems like that has pushed me to do those different things I've been doing.
I could see that being hard. Tell me what it was that made you want to stop, the times that you have stopped drinking.
Well, one of the times is because alcohol is so expensive.
Yeah.
So when I was in college, I stopped for a little bit because I was so poor, and I mean, I don't know if you've been up to Logan at all, but it's a pretty small town, so it was kind of harder to access the alcohol as well. So that kind of helped me stop for a while, the lack of money and being kind of secluded from it. It was a lot harder to just go and get it.
So do you feel like maybe did it increase when you moved away from Logan drinking?
Yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, yeah, I stopped a little bit in college, and then, I mean, even now I stopped for a little bit as well because I want my new career, and I thought it would be good to kind of start clean and not, go find something that I like to do and figure that out. So I stopped a little bit there, but then we started hanging out with Angie and I started hanging out with some new friends, and they really like to go out on the weekends to the gay bars and drink. So I started doing that recently with them, and I think that's when I started drinking a lot more again. It was when we started hanging out with them, because I wasn't drinking very much before that.
And do you just like drinking with them because you like the environment you're in and you feel comfortable with them and have fun with them and you're able to forget some of your problems?
Yeah, well, they are older, so, I mean, it kind of sounds silly, but since I'm pretty old too, but it's kind of like a peer pressure thing. You just want to look cool for them because they're in their 30s, so they're like 10 years older than I am. So I just kind of want to look cool, a little bit of that. And I mean, there's just all those things going on with Angie that I just don't know how to fix. So drinking helps me at the moment, even though I know that's kind of a big problem of why we've been fighting.
Yeah.
It's just hard to stop when it makes you feel good and other people are doing it. I mean, even Angie, when we go out, she drinks a little bit too. So I don't know why she has a problem with it when she drinks too.
Yeah, that's hard. Does she know about why you drink or the way you feel?
I don't. I mean, she knows that I like to drink to be social because I'm a social person. I like to meet new people and have fun. So I know she knows I like to drink for that reason. But I don't think she knows how I feel about our arguing, and I think she just thinks I don't care because I keep on doing it even though I really do care. And I want our relationship to work out, but it's just hard to stop something that you've been doing for so long, and when it makes you feel better because I just have been a little bit down lately.
Yeah. And are you feeling down just because of your job and these arguments you're having with Angie? You don't feel like things are getting any better?
I think most of it, a little bit of it probably has to do with the job because that's just a little stressful. Not having I have a full-time job and that could be a career, but you always want to look for the bigger and better thing, especially when you're struggling in life. I think most of it is with just Angie because, I mean, we've been together for 3 years and that's a long time. Most people get married after that long of a time. And just having her not in it all the way because of the drinking has made me a lot more depressed and anxious to see what's happening there and maybe what I need to do to help it.
Is it making you more anxious because you don't feel like your relationship is progressing as fast as maybe other people's relationships are?
Maybe because, I have a couple friends that are a lot further along in their relationships with their partners, and I mean, we live together, so you think we'd be pretty far along, and I think we are. But there's always the extra step you can take, and I don't think we've gotten to that part yet.
And when we go a little bit slower than other people, it can be stressful. Do you feel like your problems were more when you moved in together, or did those problems still occur when you weren't living together? You just started dating?
Think back a little bit to see. I think that is hard to say, but when I think about it, in college, it wasn't the problems. There wasn't any because we were away from everybody and we were just doing our own thing and things like that. But I think it's been a lot harder lately because we moved down to Salt Lake and we're around our family more and other people that we grew up with, and apparently I've been drinking more, which also puts a strain on it because I don't act the way I usually do when I'm not drinking, so I don't think she likes that either.
Alcohol has played a big strain in yours and Angie's relationship, and that it's been somewhat of a depressor for you, where you're feeling kind of depressed in life, right? You're just kind of stuck. So tell me what you're trying to get from therapy today.
I mean, I just heard some things, like some of my friends have been to therapy and they just had a lot of good things to say about it. It's just nice to talk to someone because I don't have very many people in my life that I feel like I can talk to about these kind of things. I have Angie, but she's not going to want to hear some of the stuff because I need to figure it out. But so I just want to kind of fix my relationship with Angie, see what I can do to help that, and I think that's my main problem right now. Everything else I think will just fall into place when that happens.
And what do you feel like got you here to therapy today?
I just been feeling really down lately, a lot more than usual. We've been fighting a lot more, and just everything's been building up more and more. So I just didn't know what else to do. I had really nobody to turn to talk to about it. I mean, because none of my friends that I have really know that I'm out, and I don't have very many friends to begin with anyways, so just wanted to talk to someone and see if they could help me with my feelings and how I've been feeling lately. Fix it a little bit.
And be able to let those emotions out. Do you feel like it feels better to let emotions out than to just bottle them up and continue to get angry and upset about things?
Yeah, I feel like in my life I've kept a lot of things in, which has been a problem, and I think that's why I don't have very many people in my life to begin with, because I've kept a lot of things bottled up and haven't shared how I felt or what's been going on, so I kind of push people out a lot, and I feel like that's what's happening with Angie, and I don't like it because, like I said, we've been together for a couple of years, and I really enjoy our relationship, and I want to keep our relationship strong, but it hasn't been.
So do you and Angie do anything together? Like anything besides just hanging out at home?
We do have a lot of things we like to do. We like to rock climb in the summertime, so that's a lot of fun. It's our adrenaline rushing. And we like to go hiking a lot during the summer. Just being outside a lot in the summer in the fresh air, in the mountains, go camping. A couple of things like that where it's just fun to, take a day or something, do it. We are on a bowling league together, so that's kind of fun.
That's fun.
That's where we met some of our friends that we've been going out a lot with lately to the gay bars, and they're in the bowling league as well. So met a few of them there, so that's been a lot of fun and a good outlet. But anything outdoorsy we like to do or sporty, we just like to stay active and enjoy ourselves. And when I think about it, we don't really do anything though with just the two of us. It's usually with, another group like bowling or camping or those kind of things. It's just with a lot of other of our friends that we've met.
And do you wish that maybe you spent more time together, just the two of you?
Yeah, I feel like we do spend a lot of time with other people that we don't have our alone time together to build that relationship as much. I think that just kind of makes me a little bit sad that we aren't able to spend just time alone, that we have to spend it with our newly made friends a lot.
And why do you think it is that you guys don't spend much time alone? Are you just busy, or?
I think the newfound friends have made it hard because it's something new and we're trying to get in with their little group and what they're doing. And I think, honestly, Angie probably doesn't want to be around me alone because I get out of control and I drink a little bit. So she probably enjoys spending time with a group of people, so there's other people there she can talk to and enjoy her time with as well.
And does that make you sad to think that she maybe wants other people to be there when you do get out of control? And
I think it's probably a problem that she needs somebody there, other people there to do things with when I'm with her, because I'm so involved in my social drinking. Because it's just for social reasons, obviously.
Yeah. It is that you're pushing people away in your life.
I think a lot of it has to do with when I came out to my family when I was in high school. And they kind of pushed me out and didn't accept me as much, and they weren't the support I thought they were going to be. I thought they were going to act a lot differently, but they didn't. So seeing how they acted, it's kind of made me a little bit nervous and scared of how other people might act, since you would hope that your family would act the best way. So, yeah.
So you feel like that maybe is why you guys haven't told your friends how you
Yeah.
were?
I mean, I think I've pushed a lot of my friends away as well. I think they probably know now. I mean, they'd have to through other people, but I do think it has to do with my family, just how they acted. And I mean, like I said, I think my family would be the most supportive since I've known them the longest. That maybe my friends that I haven't known as long wouldn't accept me as much. So I think that's why also we kind of met some of these other friends, like, cause they just understand a little bit more easier.
And are they do you feel like they share some of the same values as you do? Your new friends?
My new friends? Yeah, I mean, they support us and they're, always willing to, I don't know them very well, so I don't want to share very much with them, but they're always listening. But yeah, we have the same lifestyle and they enjoy drinking and going out, and so do I, and Angie does sometimes. But I think with the friends that I've grown up with and I've met over the years, they don't act that same way, and so I don't think they would treat me. I just don't know if they would treat me the same as they do now if they found out everything.
And do you feel like losing those friends that you have pushed away has hurt you emotionally? That it's kind of made you more upset with your life and how things are going right now?
I feel like
have the same support system you used to have.
I feel like it has been a lot harder because I don't have anybody that I can go to, and I mean my friends used to always be there, and we would go drinking or they would help a little bit in those kind of situations. So it has been really hard and has probably added to why I'm so down lately, is I don't have all those people I used to have in my life that were there to support me. They're not there anymore, which has made it harder. but yeah.
Do you think that maybe that might be one reason why you do go out to drink often, because your new friends do and they finally found someone to accept you, and that's why you go out with them more? Because you don't want to lose them as friends?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I can see why, because I think about it before, and we stopped drinking a lot. Because I wanted to get a new career and things were going well with Angie, but recently I have started drinking a lot more, and I think you're right, that is probably why, because it's just nice to have somebody that's accepting, and so doing what they do makes it much more accepting.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the strengths you do have, because it looks like maybe Angie is one of your biggest problems and it's causing you a lot of stress in life and making you a little bit depressed with things. And alcohol has been something that you've used to suppress those emotions. So what do you feel like your own strengths are that have helped you?
One of my biggest strengths is Angie, 'cause she usually does help me a lot, and she wants the best for me, and she does know me the best, and she's one of my biggest supports. So she's a strength, and don't know what else.
I think through talking to you today, I've seen that you're able to overcome hard situations, like being able to just stop drinking because you just don't want to anymore. Being able to drink only on the weekends instead of every day of the week like you could if you wanted to. I think it shows that you care a lot about your relationship, and she obviously means so much to you, and you're willing to do whatever you can do to stay with her today. And I think that shows how dedicated you can be to Angie and how you are hardworking, because you're still at a job that maybe you hate, but you'll stay there because you know that's what's best for you and Angie as well. So I feel like these are just some of the strengths that I've learned that you have today, and I feel like hopefully you'll want to come back and we'll be able to see more strengths that you do have, and I'll be able to learn more about you and the situations that you are in and hopefully more of what you're seeking help for. Do you feel like today has helped you at all, or?
Yeah, I think before I knew there was problems with Angie, but I don't feel like I had a quite understanding how much she meant to me and how much I wanted to fix the problems and how I need to change. So I do feel like after today, I realize that I need to protect the things that are important to me, and she's one of them. So I need to probably reevaluate my obviously drinking, and that will help maybe be happier in life like I was a couple years ago.
So what do you feel like the most important thing that you got from today would be? Like, what has helped you the most?
I feel like just talking to someone has helped a lot. As I talked to, I realized that I hold a lot of things in and I suppress a lot of my feelings because I don't have anybody to talk to. So being able to talk to somebody about that, and I mean, I might not have a lot of support systems out there, but I do have Angie, so maybe even just she could be someone I can talk to as well when you're not around or somebody else isn't around. So just having someone to talk to and to support me and help me out with that.
It's great, and I hope that maybe you'll want to come back again and we'll be able to go through more things of what's happened, and if that's something you're interested in. Unfortunately, we're just about out of time, so it was great to meet you. It was great to talk with you, and I hope you felt comfortable through this all and that you were able to feel comfortable talking to me. But yeah, it was great to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Hopefully it's cheaper next time.